Welcome to this edition of The Hill with April Ryan. There's a lot to talk about. Let's get right to it. The fourth presidential GOP debate, not televised on any major network, with only 4 candidates, the smallest lineup so far, is in the history books. However, the person currently holding the majority of attention, Donald Trump, he has not participated in any of the debates, but he is leading the pack of presidential wannabes, and it isn't close. Some speculate some of those Republican candidates are angling to be on the ticket as Trump's running mate. Several names are in the mix, including U.S. Senator Tim Scott, who recently dropped out of the race, and of course, Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Another name being considered, according to Black conservative Armstrong Williams, is former Trump HUD Secretary Ben Carson.
It just amazes me, former President Donald Trump, and all his craziness and his viciousness and his being revengeful. There's just one person that does not experience his wrath. Dr. Carson, I've seen it firsthand, can say things to him that Donald Trump would probably blow the lid off with everybody else, but he takes it in the spirit that Dr. Carson gives it. He trusts him. And Donald Trump, if he were to get the nomination again, he's going to need someone that he does not intimidate, that he does not turn viciously on. He needs someone to balance him out. I don't know anybody in his life that has the impact on him that Dr. Carson does. It just blows me away. I've marveled at it. They're really friends, and Dr. Carson defends him. And I ask myself, what is it that you see in this man that nobody else can see? But there's something that Dr. Carson sees in him. I don't see it. Let me be clear on that.
Williams says Trump is tapped out financially. A new The Messenger Harris poll finds Nikki Haley leads President Biden if the election would be held today, but she still trails former President Trump by a large margin in the GOP primary, that according to a poll released Tuesday. History is made. Vice President Kamala Harris cast her 32nd tie-breaking vote in the U.S. Senate, breaking a 191-year-old record. The vice president said she is proud of the progress these votes have delivered for the country. Meanwhile, over in the House, where very little progress has happened recently, Marjorie Taylor Greene is verbally sparring with, guess who? Congresswoman Maxine Waters. Waters recently called out the Georgia Republicans' request to have $183,000 in PPP loans forgiven. Waters says Greene's request is hypocritical. Marjorie Taylor Greene has taken to Twitter, attacking Waters for her age. Maxine Waters always fights back.
The one thing that I exposed that got her so upset was the fact that she had received PPP money and had not only received that money, but then had basically petitioned to have repayment waived. And so she didn't have to pay it back. She talks about me being old. I'm old enough to know how to deal with her. I'm old enough to know that she took the PPP money when she should have been seeing to her constituents getting it. And so I welcome the discussion.
Congresswoman Waters did not allow the spat with Greene to keep her from doing the people's work. Over the weekend, she held a town hall in Los Angeles, California.
I put this meeting together because I do get lots of complaints about banks. And I know from my various experiences that many people feel as if, the banks are not treating them right, that they're closing accounts. We've learned that at one point in time, one bank was opening up fake accounts. We have people who complain about not being able to talk with anybody. We also have information about people being charged for making inquiries on their own accounts and trying to discover what they consider something has gone wrong, on and on and on.
There's been an effort afoot over the past few months to rename the podium in the White House briefing room. It became a reality a week ago when White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre officially announced the renaming of the podium in memory of the first 2 Black women to ever cover the White House, my sheroes.
And I'm proud to name the lectern in honor of Alice Dunnigan and Ethel Payne, the first 2 Black women in White House press corps, In addition to the annual White House Correspondents Association Award in their name, we are excited to help remember their service to the American public in this way.
And over the weekend, President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden welcomed several performers to the White House before the Kennedy Center Honors Gala. Queen Latifah and Dionne Warwick were among the 5 honorees for 2023. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us for this edition of The Hill, where we amplify the news for us and about us. We'll see you next week. Take care, peace, and happy holidays.